Hello and welcome to Squib TV. I'm Samuel Layton and I'm joined by James Cartwright, and today we're going to be talking about
the Miami Dolphins.
So, last season for the Dolphins, pretty average, and then they end up scraping at the playoffs, and they didn't necessarily do so well in the playoffs and got hammered by the Steelers, a team that they'd beaten earlier on in the season, much to your dismay, of course. But coming into next season, what do you think of them? Obviously missed Ryan Tannehill a lot, I think, in that game as well. He's obviously going to be back fit next year. What do you make of them?
Well, I think it was a really positive year for the Dolphins last year. I think they're in a difficult division with the Patriots. I think you're looking at that second place. That's the one you want to get, as we mentioned with the Bills before. I thought J.J. really came on, made strides in that side. They have a running game now. Adam Gase is one of the best young coaches in the NFL. Really unlucky with Ryan Tannehill going out, but I'm never convinced by Tannehill. Hopefully he'll have a big year this season. You know, Matt Moore, he was a bit exposed out there against the Steelers, and it was a bit step too far for them, I would say. When you're talking about the Steelers, one of the better sides in the AFC. In the free agency, they've picked up a Steelers player in Lawrence Timmons, who's been a solid player for a number of years, and I was sad to see him go, and I think he'll be a great addition to that outside linebacker position at the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, 29th defence for the Dolphins is something which surprises me when you're thinking of players such as Cameron Wake and Ndamukong Suh, who've been solid players for a long time. I think in the secondary, not so many players that you can name, and they've got a couple names do escape me, as they so often do. But I remember they do have a few. Is it Rashad Jones, maybe one of them, in a deep guy. But I think, defensively, they need to pick up a few players. So someone like Lawrence Timmons comes in with that experience, playoff experience as well. So a lot of these guys went to the playoffs last year. Like you say, a bit of a step too far. I do think had they been playing in the Texans-Raiders game, playing either of those, then I think they would have probably got themselves a victory in that one. But I think quite unfortunate to come up against the Steelers. Offensively, they bring in Julius Thomas. He's the main addition. We can talk about Ted Larson in the guard position as well. Obviously, bringing a bit more protection to someone like Tannehill, who can escape the pocket a bit as well. Yeah. What do you think of the other weapons on there? You obviously mentioned J.J. Talk about players like Jarvis Landry, Kenny Stills, and Devante Parker as well. What do you think of these players?
Yeah, it's a pretty solid offense, isn't it? I reckon it could punish anyone in the league. To be honest, all them options you've got. You various different options. You know, your flair player in Jarvis Landry can make any sort of catch, comparable to Odell Beckham in the league. Kenny Stills, who I always think of Brandon Cooks when I see Kenny Stills.
Similar sort of players.
Yeah, I think they're maybe because of the numbers and they seem quite short. Maybe I'm wrong about that. He's probably about 6 foot, and I'm probably wrong, but there you go. And the running back position, I mean, representing the UK, JJ, hopefully he'll have another good season.
Yeah, I think JJ really did come out of his shell last year, and like you say about Adam Gase, I think he's just getting the best out of these players. I certainly think that second place in this division is up for grabs. I think it will be a battle between the Dolphins and the Bills, unless obviously something happens to the Pats, who knows, but they obviously are pretty much everyone's pick to probably go on and make the Super Bowl again even. Bit too early to start talking about that, but I think this division is very difficult. I certainly don't think they're going to finish any lower than the Jets in this division. And if they do make the playoffs, it'd be nice to see them get a favourable draw, have the players fit, like to see them go in for a battle. But certainly, I think young players in all the key positions, they've got a lot of time on the side. And especially when you talk about the Patriots, they are probably an aging side now, the Patriots, or the main players are. So the Dolphins could be a bit of a threat in the future. Anything else you want to add on the Dolphins there? We haven't gone in much depth about them, but I think they're just one of those solid teams that will go about the business quite well this year.
Yeah, I just want to mention another draft pick that they've had. Charles Harris coming in, defensive end. Apparently one of the top picks in this particular draft, so we'll see how he gets on. Solidifying that, what I thought was a solid defence. I know that the stats in front of us show something different there, but I mean, I always look at the Dolphins and I always thought they were a pretty solid side there.
I think that's the thing with the Dolphins, isn't it? They don't have they do have standout players, they certainly do, but I think they don't have those massive amount of standout players, but what they don't have is many bust players who I think aren't necessarily up to the task. I think they're just a solid team throughout. They're built well, they ran well, nice stadium, nice place to play, decent coach, decent QB, like you say, Tannehill being questionable at times, but He's also the guy who made the worst NFL pass in all time, if you remember that video going around. Yeah. But also look at the way he finds some targets like Jarvis Landry, who can catch a ball when it's about 10 yards away from him over his back shoulder with his little finger if he has to. So I mean, these guys are all going to be weapons that are going to come in clutch for them in the next couple of seasons. And I think when you're comparing them to the Bills, it's going to be really interesting to watch those games. In fact, I hope they're televised over here in the UK, because I think they're one of some of the best games to watch.
Some interesting games then, so we'll see.
But yeah, thank you for watching anyway. If you are a Dolphins fan, please let us know. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe to Squib TV. Follow us on Twitter at Squib_TV, and let us know if you think we're completely wrong. Let us know if you think that we're right. Thank you again for watching.
Oh, it's a touchdown, just.